My name is Richard Ross, and I'm the author of Juvenile-in-Justice, Girls in Justice, Juvie Talk. I'm an artist, advocate, and I've been working in the juvenile justice system for the last 15 years. Normally, I'll go around the country and I'll do talks at different institutions like Harvard, Princeton, Penn State, Emory Law School, FIU, School of Journalism, University of Alabama, talking about the topic of juvenile incarceration and how an artist working with nimbleness and without institutional bureaucracy can really have an effect on changing the way the world works. What I wanted to suggest to you is I have a lecture that's available online. I follow it up with a Zoom talk for your students, and the goal is to not waste a crisis, because more kids have been released from the juvenile justice system this past week than they have in the past 5 years. I don't want to have disaster fatigue for your students. I think this is a way of looking at something that can be doing now and something that can be certainly used in the future once this pandemic has passed, once we're through this misery. Right now, I want to help your students. I want to engage your curriculum, and I want it to be a touchstone in a term, a semester, a quarter, whatever it is, where your students can take the information that I'm giving them and helping them understand where they have something to look forward to in a future of activism, of changing the world. Yes, we're in the middle of pure misery, but focusing on something beyond yourself, focusing on people that are more in need, is something that's a real positive for your students, for your institution, and humanity. Feel free to contact me at studio@richardross.net. The talk and the subsequent Zoom Q&A is going to be available online for a reasonable and nominal cost. This is about building empathy for kids that exist in a much harder isolation than the students that are sitting in front of you, and have them feel what it means to be deprived of freedom. I'm trying to get people to understand who these kids are, what their needs are. These are kids without any voice, from families without any resources, from communities without any power. In the midst of what we're going through now, they need you, your institution, and your students more than ever. I can't stress enough that this is an opportunity and a really affirming talk to tell your students that they have the opportunity to change the world that exists in front of them, not only in mass incarceration, but everything about them in their lives. I think this might be an interesting lecture for them. Let me know if you're interested. Thank you, Richard Ross.